Good afternoon by 2 minutes. I got that right. Hope everyone's doing well this Friday afternoon. We got myself, Lee, also known as Smooth, and Nara, also known as Dan.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Here. Looks like we got some people already here in the chat.
Let me adjust my camera here.
We need to get your good side.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't be having the bad side.
I'll report that it's below 75 degrees in Florida. So
oh my God, you're going to freeze.
That's why I've got my hoodie on. All right.
It is about 20 degrees here. You would actually freeze to death.
I probably would.
Sort of a junky day today. Which is actually reasonably normal for a Friday, and yeah, so pretty junky day. Just overall trading, automated trading, everything's sort of been meh.
We got the first
two comments. I don't even know if you're on YouTube or Twitter or what you're on, but you're gonna get kicked out of here.
Here we go.
That's really nice. Yeah.
Willie said, "Can Nara just turn his camera off?"
Well, I figured out how to put it on the screen for everyone to see, So, anyways.
Hopefully, we got some people in here. So, if you have any questions for us, just pop it in the chat there.
Yeah.
And we're happy to go over anything, talk about anything. We're in kind of a strange time of the year right now with that Thanksgiving to Christmas. It's definitely a little slower. A lot of the desks are kind of wrapping up for the year, so price action is that's why
it's gonna dwindle down.
Yeah, that's why we get this, the Santa rally is a thing, because you get those low volume grind up scenarios. So we saw that the week leading into Thanksgiving. This week has just kind of been sideways, more or less, stuck in a range. And some of the automations can benefit from that, and some do not thrive in those types of environments. But that's why this is definitely the long game. You want to be sizing appropriately and adjusting things as you go, and lending more weight to things that make more sense in these types of markets.
Lee, can you get rid of I'm trying to figure out how to do it, but trying to delete the 11:30 thing that we had scheduled, because I think we had some people waiting in that one on YouTube.
I think
we were testing things out, and
mixed madness. Ones do pour in that environment. Maybe you mean which ones? If you're looking at a very sideways grindy market, then an opening range breakout strategy is probably not gonna perform as well.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing the 1 minute opening range break, which you'll be able to do in the next week or so, because we are on the doorstep of releasing our third-party strategy vendor app store. We have been testing a. Do you want to show the 1 minute orb on your chart?
Sure. It's had a poor day today, but we can send it along here. Let's see. I gotcha.
So this is one of the third-party vendor strategies that we are testing. We have been testing for the last 60, 90 days or so.
Yeah, and so this one, yesterday it had a quick short. That's really it. Today, 2 stop outs. Not a good day on that, but I think that these opening range breakouts are really good momentum strategies. When you sort of have volatility going down the tubes, opening range strategies tend to be a little riskier. Low volatility, these opening range strategies, especially on the long side, can be really, really fruitful in creating a lot of alpha. But as markets and volatility goes down, I tend to get away from them. I'm just not a huge fan. I'm sure there's people in the audience that have heard me say this before. I'm just not a huge fan of opening range strategies and momentum strategies as a whole. What's your sort of thoughts there? And I know there's some people in here that do like them. I know Willie likes an opening range strategy. I think there's some other people that do like opening range strategies, but for me, it's not. It doesn't really. It's not the way I manually trade, so I'm uncomfortable trading that way in an automated fashion too.
I mean, the way I have mine set up, I have my ClearEdge strategies, the opening range. I play very small size, but I'm looking for big moves.
Right.
So
That's probably the best way to do them, is to be really small and to see if you can catch a trend, and then
yeah. So my win rate is relatively low,
yeah.
but I take small losses and have pretty big wins. So that's kind of how I run it. But I run it low risk, like 2 or 3 micros. But when I get a winner, I can pick up $400, $500, $600. And when I'm losing 50, 60, 70, $100 on average.
What do you mean the old 30-minute opening range strategy? I think you can adjust.
Yeah.
Let's look at it. I mean, well, you can adjust this one. Let's play with it. I think that this is a really fun exercise. It's a really good exercise for people. This is a 30-minute opening range. Let's just keep the risk where it is. But we can go to like up to a 3-to-1 P&L profit. I keep the trades filtering off now, just because I find, like, if you're playing a momentum strategy, do you care that it's overbought or oversold? Because that's what the trade filter does on these things, right? This isn't a really great looking chart here, but let's fiddle with it. Let's go to 2-to-1. It'll change it probably for the better. Yeah, just didn't change the losses to be not as bad. Let's go to 1.5. These are the exercises that you guys as users should be doing, right? All right, this strategy looks like 30-minute, but just because this is the last year, right? So let's see, what have you done for me lately? Not great. So these are things that if we'll say, let's go to the hour. Let's see what it's like if you break out of the hour, right? So maybe a 1-to-1. Let's start there. These are the exercises that I do. This is how I figure things out. This is the process. It's not a really complex process for figuring out what I want to run. That's long only. So let's see if we do. Let's get rid of fixed risk. Right, makes it a little bit better. Last month, and this isn't taking a whole lot of risk at 300, but I'm not a fan of this. I mean, I don't really want to play a 1-hour breakout. That's just not me. That's not my trading style. If I'm going to trade momentum, I want to trade momentum. That looks a little better. I don't want to mix momentum and sort of breakout. Just because something breaks out doesn't mean it's really momentum, I guess.
Yeah, we have the filtering there to kind of keep you out of chop, but and also keep you out of where the risk is not worth the entry. But recently, yeah, I've had it turned off, and you probably want to keep it on when the VIX is pretty high.
I mean, if you look at the difference in the last year, and let's just go to 90 days. I like 90 days a lot better. That's with it on. That's with it off. What am I back on? I'm back on the 15-minute. I don't like just this at all. Just not really something that I would like to run. I want to, if I'm playing momentum, I want to play momentum. I like sort of dropping it down and to like a 5-minute. Let's see if the filter helps on the 5-minute. Not really. Man, it's just because the last 90 days hasn't done great. But yeah, I mean, this is normally the success that we've had with this strategy has been on the long side, sort of a 15-minute type thing where you're playing the slow drift upwards. The successes on the downside has been more on the quicker move, so that's why it goes to the 5-minute. If I'm going to play opening range, I like playing these 1-minute opening range or 30-second opening ranges. This one has a lot of different options here, so this is the one that's going to be on the store. I run this only on NQ, but so I run this at $1 stop, and the reason I do this is because I have 150K accounts plus 50K accounts, so I want to be able to have the same alert in my ClearEdge software for both types of accounts.
Show the performance on that the last 30 days.
Sure.
It's been pretty good.
Yeah, the last 30 days. This is on 1NQ, right? So I run this on 1NQ. It's had a little drawdown here from what's this, November 19th till now. Let's go to the last 90. The strategy's been pretty successful. It's had some really big wins in here. But I like playing, if I'm going to play momentum, I want to play momentum. What's going on, Tommy? How are you? Thanks for joining us. I don't really want to play momentum on a larger time frame, Willie. That's just not of interest to me. Yeah, that's sort of my take on it with the filter. It's gonna if the RSI is overbought or oversold, it's not gonna take a trade. But the reason I do $1,000 risk amount here, right, is I was saying you run this on 150K accounts and as well as 50K accounts. Now, if I run this on MNQ, each MNQ is $100 risk I add, right? So if I want to run $100 risk, I run it on one MNQ. If I want 200, 2 and 3, 300, and so on.
Yeah, you can run it on any instrument. I know there's some people that have been playing around with some settings for gold.
Yeah.
We have a really another third-party strategy.
It's actually our party
called LSL that's going to be released on the App Store that has a killer performance on gold.
That's this one here. Hasn't taken a trade today. It's down for December, first sort of down month of the year for me on it. But again, we're 5 days in. That changes pretty rapidly. This is the last 90 days on this strategy, trading 1 GC. I like this strategy a lot for gold. I only run this strategy on gold. There are people that run this strategy on multiple different instruments. I believe ESNQ, YM, GC, and maybe SI, so silver, I believe is the portfolio that one user is running. Obviously different point stops for this. So this strategy, I run it a little more aggressively. I'm looking for a bigger move, but this is essentially at its core a mean reversion strategy. I built this strategy many years ago as an indicator. Now I was thinking about potentially publishing the indicator version of this as well. So essentially users could get this strategy as an indicator or as a strategy. The difference when you're running our software is pretty simple. And I'm going to pull up our software here. 1 second. I'll probably have to log in. But oh, there it is. So the difference in our software for an indicator versus a strategy, right, is a strategy is going to give you, let's go to make a new signal here. Strategy is going to give you your entry and your exit. It's going to, and let's go to trading view. It's going to give you an entry signal, and we can see it right here. So like the last trade this one took, right? It entered at 42293, and it exited 42 short. It exited for 2 ticks because the trail kicked in pretty quick there. And essentially that's a break-even stop here. So this strategy sends both the entry and the exit conditions to our software. Now, if you do it as an indicator, right? This is an indicator. We'll just say if we were running LSL as an indicator, I'm just doing this as an example. You can pick here, buy, sell. So I'm setting up my buy signal and my sell signal. There is an option here, and maybe Smoo can talk about using the dynamics, target price and stop loss, but essentially you can use it so that you can have TradingView send us how big you want your stop to be or how big you want your take profit to be. So you can actually have TradingView send us those figures, and we'll initiate the bracket order on your behalf there.
Yeah, and so the dynamic take profit and stop loss is basically if you have a indicator that provides that information on the entry, and it gives you the take profit and the stop loss. If your indicator provides that information, you basically set it up as a placeholder when you set the signal, and then TradingView will send the software that information, and our software will automatically create the brackets based on those placeholders. So because sometimes some indicators, it's not necessarily, enter here, exit, take profit at 10 points and put a stop loss at 20 points. It'll actually depend on the condition of the chart at the time of the entry. So it will always be kind of a different place. So that's basically what that's for. And some people that make indicators will code that into the indicator. So we're able to take that information and then basically have a dynamic situation there where the take profit and stop loss will be put in place for you by the software.
Tommy, so what I would do is set up a time where perhaps you, I, and perhaps Christian can do a screen share, and we can work on seeing if you want to run the dynamic stop built into your strategy, right? We can try and help you get that so that it would work right how you want it to. Because I think that would be really helpful for you. I think is being able to get those dynamics, take profit and stop loss. The market isn't always in the 5-point giving mode, right? Sometimes it's going to be in the 3-point giving mode. One of the best strategies I run is essentially a dynamic strategy where it's differing stops and take profits based on market conditions, right? So if it's working fine now, you don't fix it. But so that's what this is. Let's actually just remove the dynamic here and create the buy signal. So now what this does is it's telling me I'm going to set this up in my indicator. Now, if I want to run this on, let's say, I don't know, Aqua Futures. I don't think I've ever used Aqua Futures, but we're going to use it for this strategy here, right? I just made this as an indicator as LSL. You obviously select your account here. We're gonna, because I'm not even logged in, you would select your contract here. Now I'm just telling the strategy to take profit in $200, stop loss in 150. There you go. That's the difference between running an indicator and a strategy. Is the strategy is going to send entry and exit. An indicator is just going to send entry, and then we can put a bracket in for you with a stop loss and take profit. So
Country Green Property, you're trying to set an alert on a strategy, your own strategy. So you can always contact us in Discord and we can help you with that, but it should work the same as any other strategy. Make sure your strategy is sending the buy and sell orders. You can go into your trading view, into your alert log to make sure they're actually sending. That would kind of be the first step. And then if you have that strategy alerts in your software and it's being sent and it's not executing, then you should be able to see an error message within your signal log to see why it's not executing.
yeah, I think that if you're creating your own strategy, right? A lot of people use AI for creating this stuff, and I think in a lot of respects that's really, really helpful, and it can get you about 90% of the way there, right? Maybe 80%. Now, if you're not getting it to, you could potentially be building an indicator and running it as a strategy. Make sure, does your strategy
yeah, first look, Country Green, go into trading view and look if in the signal log if there was actually a signal sent to the software.
So like what we mean by that is if you go into this is my signal log, right? It tells me every signal that my trading view has sent to ClearEdge. This is every signal that it has sent. If you don't see the signal that you wanted here, then you have set up your alert wrong. Now, quickly, I can show you how to set up an alert, right? You go click the alert button at the top. That's how I do it. Some people click these three dots, but or the other way, you can right click and then add an alert, right? So for this one, I'm looking at setting it on this strategy, which is Legerity Secret Lab. We can even do it for the initial balance strategy on MNQ here. Add an alert. ClearEdge automation balance. You want the alert to obviously be the same as your chart. Now the message, that's where you're going to get that information from our software and from your signals in your software. So MNQ balance, this one. So this is my message, right? I'm taking that message and now I'm going into trading view and I'm getting rid of everything in there and I'm adding the one we have. Also make sure that your webhook URL matches your webhook URL in our software. So those are really the couple of things to check here. Are you running an indicator or are you running a strategy? Make sure if you're running an indicator, you have it set up to run an indicator through here. Source, indicator versus strategy. Now, if you're running a strategy, you don't need to worry about the brackets, etc. The strategy is going to do that for you. But those are sort of the places that I would look at. If you're having a problem where it's not executing trades for you, more than likely you'll know very quickly, right? There's only two places things can go wrong. They can go wrong on the trading view side or on the ClearEdge side. If you're not in your signal log here, and again, it's this clock button, click log. If you're not seeing the log here, you're not setting your alert up correctly.
Yeah, if you want to upgrade, you can do that right from within the app. Just manage your account, and you can have access to the 3 strategies that we provide. But if you have a strategy that you want to use, your own personal strategy too, we want to make sure you can get that working. Chances are it's something that Dan was just saying, but and again, we can get on chat with you in Discord and look at your screen
Absolutely.
and see where you're going wrong.
I think we have some people in here that we've done these one-on-ones with, so don't
Yeah.
feel like you're putting us out asking for help. That's what we're here for. That's what we want to do. We want to make sure that you're getting the most out of the software. Nothing more frustrating than being like, this isn't working. I can't figure out why. If your test button is working, so this is a big one here. I can tell right now what the issue is. If your test button is working, it's a trading view setup problem.
Yeah.
Done. I mean, I can tell you right now that is why. If your test button is working, that means you are connected through ClearEdge software to your brokerage. The issue is we're not getting that signal from them. So yeah, and that's really why we made the Discord. Was to not only for us to help people, but once people get started, we have a lot of very helpful people that have been doing a lot of helping others. If the test button is working, that's great, but that means there's a problem on the setup of how you set up your trading view. That's it. It's only those two things. If the test button wasn't working, then we would be worried about you being connected to your broker. If the test button is working, then you're connected to the broker. You're just not connected to your strategy, and that's what we can help you with. And whatever your strategy is, do just like I just said here. We can even run through it again, right? We're going to set up a strategy. We'll call it test. 1, 2, 3. Setting up a strategy. You're going to make sure you get your webhook URL. And then in Trading View, you go to your notifications. You delete everything there, right? Oops. You put in the webhook URL, then you get the message, right? And I'm just in settings, you've got to always make sure that you're on the strategy, not on price, not on volume, not on any other indicator you have on your chart, but you're on your strategy or indicator. And then for your message, you get that, you delete everything here, and you get that directly from our software. And that goes there, and that's it.
Oh, you're trying to use Maple's CBC strategy?
I believe Maple's strategy is not a strategy.
Yeah, I think that's an indicator.
He does not have a strategy. I believe he has an indicator. I don't know if it's free. I mean, I can see if it's free. Let me look. If it's free, I'll get it and I'll set it up for you and show you.
It is. I think I may have it. Let me see.
If you have it, take the stage.
Let me see. If I have it, I will do it.
I think you do have it because we were playing with it to see if we could actually make it into a strategy.
That's why I said about, yeah, I'm pretty sure I was messing with this at one point.
Yeah, the amount of things that we have messed with.
I have 3,000 charts.
Yeah, it is free. Let me see if I can. If you don't have it, I'll download it right now.
CBC.
It 100% will work, and especially as an indicator. Indicator function works seamless. I really like the indicator function. What's nice about the indicator function is you're taking half of the latency from trading view out of the equation, right? Let's go to my ClearEdge logs. And for anyone that's new, right, you can always figure out where you're slowing down in this button here. In your bottom left, there's 2 buttons, right? You've got your profile. This is if we ever are asking you to go reclaim your indicators or go claim your indicators, you're going to do it right here in your profile button. Connect your Discord here, right? Now, this is my personal signal history, okay? So there's a couple of things, and let's define what these are, because it's really, really important to know what these different things are here. Your signal delivery, your ClearEdge processing, your queue, and the execution. Now, your signal delivery, and it says plus or minus 500 milliseconds. Now, your signal delivery is going to be the time that it takes from trading view, right? So let's go to something that's executed lately. Yeah, let's do this one. All right. So from trading view, the time where this signal went off on trading view here, which was at 10 a.m., right? We can go to my log and we can match it up. 10 a.m. Where-ish. Oh, I actually don't have an alert set up on this one. So at 10 a.m., this sent a alert. Now, the alert would then send a webhook or an order to our software, okay? Now, what this signal delivery time is it's telling you how long did TradingView take to get your signal and send it to us. So it's plus minus 500 milliseconds because TradingView does not actually measure their latency in small time frames like we do, because they quite frankly don't have the server capabilities to measure it much faster. So essentially in this setting, it was almost a little over 4 seconds from TradingView to send us the order, right? Normal is sort of and that was really slow. Normal is more in this like 983, so under a second it took. We always, when we're sort of troubleshooting for people, we always look for how long was your TradingView latency and how fast did we the broker, execute your trade for you. We want our processing, essentially the time, and that's this one here, the time from we getting the signal from TradingView to the time that we send it along to your broker as a trade. We want this to be under 20 milliseconds, so 0.2 seconds. It's essentially a blink of an eye. Now, this broker execution, the queue really should never come into play unless you're sending multiple of the same signal at the same time. So if we see a queue, right, we know that there's a good chance that you as the user have set up 2 alerts on the same thing. So one is going to send before the other. Broker execution, that's the last part, right? Pretty self-explanatory. That's the time that it takes once we have sent them the order for you, the time that it took them to execute it for you and tell us that they executed. So that's sort of, there's so much information here where if you're having a problem, you can always go and look in here and be like, man, why did I have so much slippage, right? Well, a lot of times it's because TradingView was really, really slow in sending us the signal. And that happens during times of high volatility. Sometimes after we've noticed in the last couple of days after they've had sales where they have a lot of new users. But for the most part, it's going to be under 1,000 milliseconds there. So, yes, that must be Jen. Jen is an expert in reclaiming her strategies now. In conditions, what do you have? Okay. Those blue lines when it takes trades. Yeah, TradingView has its strengths and weaknesses. Its strength is it's a really, really diverse platform that you can do a lot of stuff with. Its weaknesses are speed. It's its biggest weakness, actually. Did you find the CBC indicator? If you're not, I'll download it.
No, I didn't.
I'll download it then. Give me 1 second. And we'll set it up for you. What's his name? Maple syrup? Maple Stacks.
Maple Stacks.
All right. Does he have a link here to it?
Yeah, the problem, Country Green, is you're trying to set up an indicator as a strategy. It's not a strategy, it's a difference. The strategy is going to give you long signals, short signals, and exit signals. An indicator doesn't do that quite the same way.
What is it called? CBC?
Yeah.
CBC flip. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Asia Rue, this one. Someone tell me in the chat, tell me if this is right or not.
Put it on the chart.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get rid of this one for now. All right, CBC flip. What do we got here? You said you were using the 10-minute. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, 10-minute. All right, let's see what we can do for an alert on the CBC flip. All right. Yeah, so this is pretty easy, actually. So if you want to set the CBC flip to a bearish one, right, and you want to take a short on a bearish CBC flip, okay? Now, pretty simple here in your ClearEdge software, right? We're going to go back to our signals. We're going to set up a new one here. We're going to call this a bearish CBC flip. Now, trading view indicator, right? Maple CBC. All right. So we want, this is a bearish one, so we want this to be a sell. We want a quantity to be 1, right? So we're going to create that. Copy our message. Okay, trigger only once. You can do it however you want here, right? I would say once per bar close. Now, bears in control. There you go. So this is sell CBC. Oops, CBC. Done. Bearish one is set up. Now, you want to do bullish one. We're going to make a new one. Back to list. So now, bullish CBC buy. Select source. Trading view indicator. This is going to be a buy, right? We want one contract. You can do this however you want. Now, copy our message. Trading view. CBC flip. Bullish. Once per bar close. Oops. I got to redo that one. I got to put in my message. Buy CBC. Save it. All right. And we're in our software. I just added this broker. I'm using this just as it doesn't really matter here. Now, signal, we want a bullish CBC buy, right? Contract, you're going to put in whatever you're trading. Take profit, let's say $100. Stop loss, $75. Done. Now we add a new one. We want to do bearish CBC. You can select what account you want it once you hit on here. Well, I don't have an Aqua Futures account, but same thing. You can select what contract, then take profit in 100, stop loss 75. We're done here.
And this is on Project X, if you take a trade on Trade Evade, it's actually going to let you put the take profit and stop in points.
I mean, let's see if we can add Trade Evade. Let me see. See if I can go to simulation account. There we go. Now, yep, this is a demo account. All right, let's try it here. You can see here's my demo account on TradingView or Tradeovate. All right, this is through the ClearEdge software. I'm just going to go and hide my window, okay? Just going to get rid of all this stuff just to make it easy for you guys. But you can actually see this going on a live window, so it'll be pretty easy for you. Now we're going to add a new strategy, right? New signal, bullish CBC buy. I'm going to select my demo account. Now for Tradeovate, right, we're going to call this MES Z5. Okay. So we're doing this on MES, right? We want to take profit in 5 points. We want to stop loss in 3 points. And I'm just making these up, okay? You can do these however you want. I turn this on, all right? I'm on now. Now I'm going to test this.
Order filled.
Oh, wow. So let's see if this is an MES chart. Yeah, it is. Right? You can see it set my brackets, right? Because I bought. Here's my take profit at 77. Here's my stop loss at 79. I'm in the trade on 1 micro. Pretty simple, right? So now let's do the other way. That's the CBC buy. Now we're going to do the CBC sell. So that's the sell, same account, contract, same thing. Yes, Z5. All right, we're going to take profit in 5, stop loss in 3. All right, so now this is ready to go. We're going to flatten all because you saw on my test, right, that I just took a trade. So I have these brackets out here. I'm going to make some money here, and I'm going to hit flatten all. Flatten all agents.
Order filled.
Let's turn them back on. Now we're going to test the bearish one, and we're going to trigger a sell.
Order filled.
You can see here's my stop loss up here at 75. Here's my take profit at 68. Pretty simple. Yeah, so country, this is how you fix that. So if it's a prop firm account, right, you make sure you're on simulation for a prop firm. If you're trading live capital, you're going to go to live trading. But for this example, let's say it's a simulation. You just hit the lock and your credentials here come up. You enter your credentials here. Always, whenever you're entering new credentials, hit the lock and then hit reset real quick. Enter your username, enter your password, and then every time you start it, you will be logged in.
Yeah, you should only have to put your credentials in that one time. Just make sure you do it using that padlock.
Yeah. Hopefully that helped you. Yeah.
That also brings up a good point too. With our automation service, this is running natively on your machine.
Right.
So we're not storing your username and password to your broker accounts. That's stored on locally on your device. So that's one nice thing about the ClearEdge platform.
So I'm going to flatten this. Let's see.
Order filled.
So when you flatten all, it turns everything off for you. This is sort of a panic button.
Yeah, you don't Tradeovate on TradingView will not connect.
That is the problem.
You have to use the TradingView window that ClearEdge opens from our software.
Yeah.
For automation.
That's exactly why you're having an issue there.
If you have a separate Tradeovate account with a different broker that you want to trade manually from, you can do that from TradingView, no problem. Just keep it separate.
You know, there's actually a trick there, country, is on YouTube. If you replay this, you can actually have it play like at half speed. So someone taught me that trick about like doing tutorials for stuff, and it's always stuck with me.
Yeah, we actually have the ability to log into 3 separate Tradeovate
4.
sessions,
Technically 4,
or 4, I guess.
because
But
you can do Ninja.
right.
You can actually log into any Ninja Trader account or any Tradeovate account with the Ninja Trader 1, 2.
Yeah, and we're working on increasing that, especially with the situation with Project X potentially being removed from all brokers except for Top Step. I'm sure Tradeovates may get even more popular.
Yeah, well, and the other thing I would like to add too is like AMP futures and some. Oh, I just had a trade take here while we're talking.
Yeah, me
Let's
too.
see what trade I just had go
It's the
off.
4-minute reversal.
Okay, on ES.
Yeah.
So this trade here just took for me, and this is an indicator I'm using. So actually, I took a short here.
Yeah, it's
this is what we talk about in the Discord. This is the inverse indicator. So this is a terrible strategy that does awful. It actually only wins 35%. So I set it up to take the opposite trades. So this is actually, because it shows that I took a long here, it's actually a short. So my short is entered at 68.76.25. Yep, that entered at 68.76.25 on the dot. And then my take profit is here down at 68.66.25. And my stop loss is up here at 68.87. And I can actually just show you my Top Step combine that I am running the strategy on. Oh no, that's on my VPS. I can't share that screen over there. That is annoying. Actually, I can't just drag that. Weird. I'll see if I can figure out how to do that. But yeah, that's the trade I am in currently. This is a strategy made by a company called Algo Pro, called Quantex, and it's a strategy that just really stinks. So if something really stinks and loses all the time, isn't the opposite of that winning all the time? So there we are. We're running oppos.
Yeah, this one's good. It's got like a 65-70% win rate.
Yeah, because it shows here, it actually shows the statistics 35% win rate on how it's set up. But obviously the opposite of that is 65%. So we'll see how this trade does here. I mean, I just took it on a Top Step evaluation. I'm down on that evaluation right now. Looks like $195 on the day, because I'm running it on MES and as well I'm also running it on NQ here. So the NQ one, the win rate on this one is at 41%. On MES, it's at 35%. So I'm doing the oppo. Your indicator took a short at 718. So on NQ. So 718. Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad spot there. But we're constantly getting better, trying to make things easier. I mean, you guys, I wish some of you guys saw this platform, and I actually believe some of you did see this platform back in July and August. It was dramatically different. We use the platform on a daily basis. Myself, Lee, all of us, every one of our co-founders use this software on a daily basis for ourselves. And so the really nice part about owning a software is you can sort of change it as you see fit, and you want it to fit your needs as a trader. And we're all traders, so want it to fit our needs better. So yeah. and make it easier, because I think I think Jen is still in here, I hope, but Jen's a perfect example. Not a very seasoned trader, someone that is learning trading, and learning automation, and sort of a double whammy, not only learning trading, but learning automation too. And I think that if we can get people that have very limited trading experience to get things sort of up and running in a month or two, that's sort of our goal. Is we can really reduce the amount of time that it takes for someone learning trading or picking up trading for the first time to actually be able to turn a profit. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Jen. You're our use case. I think that what you're doing is very impressive. Not many people will take the leap and just say, this is something I want to learn how to do and figure it out. And kudos to you, because that's a really cool thing to sort of just take a jump and say, I'm going to learn a new skill and learn something. And you've done great. You've had your hurdles and frustrations along the way. There's no doubt about that. But any single person on here that's been trading for any amount of time.
Is that Depeche Mode?
Yes.
She's my sister.
That's right. So what other questions we got? What can we help you with while we're here? We got the time. Market stinks.
Yeah, we'll be on for
this is your time. This is the time that we set aside for you guys and want to do more of this stuff. Yeah, I mean, man, the amount of keyboards that have been smashed in my journey is a lot. But you learn to sort of channel that frustration into. Some people shut down and they get frustrated and annoyed. Other people sort of work harder and figure it out. So, but automation shouldn't be difficult to figure out. What's difficult to figure out, the process is actually reasonably easy. What's difficult to figure out is these combinations of strategies and sort of building your own portfolio. And that's why, Jen, for you, I've said to you this whole time, stop running multiple strategies. Run one. Get one to do okay and to do what it's supposed to do. Then from one, you go to two. Then from two you go to three. And then, we have people that use our software every day that are running 5-6 strategy portfolios on multiple different instruments. And, that's what they've done well. They've sort of even honed it into using ChatGPT to figure out, their maximum position risk per trade and sort of maximum drawdown limits. And, there's a lot of, if you're serious about making money, I think there is no better tool out there for shortening your learning curve than automation, because it forces you to not fall into the pitfalls that most traders do, which is over trading, emotional trading, and not following rules. And automation fixes those issues, right? As long as you listen to it. Now, where people get themselves in trouble is they still hit the buy and sell button and then come to us and say, why didn't I make money? Well, probably because you couldn't sit still and not touch your mouse. That's usually the biggest, when looking back at trade history for people that said they didn't do well, it's okay, well, what was this trade? Oh, no, that was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so you lost money. Yeah,
yeah, AI can be good.
AI is okay. I think AI has a lot of real pitfalls, Tommy. We actually do have some folks that maybe, if you have any need for it, that do Pine script coding. Human coding is irreplaceable right now. I think AI in a couple of years probably will fully replace, but nothing's replacing a human and that human element right now. But AI can definitely get you part of the way. I have heard about Claude and Perplexity, and so that's actually on our sort of to-do list. We actually yesterday, starting to play with some Lux Algo stuff. They got a lot of stuff, so it's a lot to sift through. But I think there's some stuff that could be viable for our subscriber base to use for sure. I'm sure there is. We just got to figure it out and find it.
And that's why next week in the software you'll see a new section, which will be basically our app store.
Well, you know what I'm going to do right now while we are talking about it?
Yeah.
I'm going to actually just momentarily publish the app store. Just momentarily, just so people can see it. I think that
sneak peek.
Yeah, let's see.
It's a peep show.
Let's see if I actually did it right. Yep, I did. So this is going to be your marketplace here. Each one of these, actually, did I miss one? I think I must have missed one. Oh, maybe I didn't actually. Yeah, I didn't. Each one of these is going to have its own room in Discord for the vendor to. You can ask them questions. You can do, talk about different various settings. Like this one is going to be a really, really important one for the Discord. And if people want to use this one, I think that's it's almost essential that you be in the Discord for that one, because this is the strategy that I've showed you guys before. Let's go to this one, and we can actually go to somewhere else too. This strategy. This is Legerity Secret Lab. This is what I run on gold. Now we can go to this strategy, and this is it on NQ. All right. We can just sort of sift through instruments, and why I say being in the Discord for this one is so important. This is sort of your every session limits reach. I've never seen that. This is your every instrument strategy, right? Now you can set this up lots of ways, right? This is on NQ. I'm looking at 60-point target, 30-point stop. And I made these up yesterday on the live stream, right? If you want this to trade overnight, you start this at 0 and you end this at 9, something like this, right? Probably not going to be as good, but these are the things that you can change. You want to start it from, you want to start it at midnight, or you want it to start at the London session 4 to, let's call it 9, right? So you want it just to trade London. Then you can just change things you want. I like to start this strategy at 10 and end at 15, which is 3. For any index-based thing here. So now this strategy, right? Let's just go make a new tab. And let's see if there we go. Let's go to 5 minutes on, let's just go to ES. Now, there we go. All right, same strategy here. Now this is on ES. 5 minutes. Let's go to 30-minute. You want to trade from 9 to, we'll call this 15. Want to trade one contract. We want 10 points. We want a stop loss of 6. And you want to start your trail in 3 with being 1 point. I'm making these variables up. Let's see how this does. I mean, that's pretty damn good on a 30-minute chart. So this is sort of your everything strategy. So I think people are going to have a lot of fun with this one, because if you want to run this on ES, great. Now you want to run this on RTY. It's pretty damn good on RTY too. So this is a trend change strategy. So it's looking for a trend change. It's looking for a confirmation of it. But yeah, stop losses can or trailing stops can really, really mess up back tests and make them look way better than they actually are. Just FYI, and full transparency. So occasionally you never want to go this far back, especially if something has a trail stop. Ever. If something has a trail stop, do not ever test more than like 90 or maybe 120 days, because TradingView will tell you what you want to hear and show you something much better than probably is real. Now, here we go. Last 90 days trading one RTY. I didn't even change the settings from ES. So you can just fiddle with these things until you get there. You can also change this, like if you're running this on MES or MNQ, you can change the P&L to show what it would be in those contracts, because it shows your P&L table here. Yeah, so trading stops are
they're tough on NQ.
I'm not a huge fan of them. They are what they are. But if you're running a strategy that does have a trailing stop, it is always best to set that strategy on a paper account. And if Futures Desk, you can literally get them for free. You have a Futures Desk account, you can get unlimited paper accounts. They have a really good data platform. You put it on there and you let it run for a month. Then you compare the trades you actually got to the trades that TradingView said you got, and you can dial in your slippage. And if I'm running a strategy that has a trailing stop, I'm going to be running it on Trade-of-8, just FYI, versus Project X. Trade-of-8 is significantly faster entry speed for us.
Yeah.
We're looking at, 60, 70 millisecond entry speeds on Trade-of-8. I also won't run a trailing stop ever on an NQ strategy. ES, you can get away with it. Gold, you can get away with it. I won't run a trailing stop on NQ. No point. I think it's useless. At least at TradingView plus like Project X type speeds. Did we stop out of that trade?
Yeah.
Bummer. Oh no, I didn't stop out yet.
No, not yet. Not quite.
87. So almost. Yeah, it hasn't been a great day for automation, but Fridays tend to, and I wish I did better early on, because I've been using automation for a long time. I wish I did better at tracking. No, Crater cannot. But the question was, can a strategy be simply run as an indicator? It cannot.
You can code it as an indicator and then run it as an indicator.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that would have made life a lot more simple for us. On things that then now we stopped out. But that would have made things a lot more simple if we could have just run something as an indicator. What I would like to do is I'm thinking about taking LSL and making LSL a dynamic stop indicator. I think that would be a really good one to utilize the dynamic stop. So if there's other versions, so like LSL, I'm going to put an indicator version out probably in the next couple of weeks. When I do that, obviously if you subscribe to it through ClearEdge, then you'll just get the indicator version also, and you can run whichever one you like. There won't be a trail stop, obviously, in the indicator version. I don't understand what simple port means, though. I'm sorry. Not that good at it. I'm learning, but I'm not that good yet.
You don't have the Crater dictionary?
No, not in front of me. I keep that one in my truck. What else we got, guys? It's been a really cool session. We had actually a fair amount of people here, which is nice. Yes,
There already is a mobile,
sort
via
of.
the my ClearEdge or my.clearedge.trading. You can manage your account from there and do everything. The only thing you can't do is flatten strategies, but that's coming in the near future. That's features being tested and implemented. So hopefully, in the next month or so, that will be something we'll implement. I don't know if it's as simple as that, Crater. I think it's,
It is not.
It's like when you translate English to Spanish, if you translate it literally, it doesn't make sense.
So, yeah, it would be really awesome if it was that easy. I would love for it to be that easy. It isn't. Unfortunately, things don't translate from strategy to indicator very well, as I found out in the process of building LSL as a strategy, because that was an indicator. When are, I like this question, Lee. I like this question.
As soon as you build us one.
I like this question.
Don't think we haven't already discussed this.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
A lot.
I can't believe you thought of this idea, Patrick. This is such a great idea. We're gonna take it back to the shed and the shop and really figure out if that's feasible. But yeah, we have discussed this ad nauseum. There's ways we could work around TradingView, I think. The issue is that TradingView is the native charting platform of 95% of retail traders.
Yep.
And so it cuts off. Yeah, right. So it cuts off a good part of our user base if we forced. I think like folks that are just starting, right? TradingView is really easy to use. It's pretty intuitive. But I think we could figure out a way to essentially directly send signals from strategies. The issue is that you have to get those signals from somewhere, right? And there's other platforms that are faster, like CQG, for example. Very, very fast charting platform, very, very fast data, very fast execution. So there are options out there, but they're not exactly the most native for the majority of retail. And sometimes we have to check ourselves in remembering sort of our mission statement, which is creating a retail friendly automation platform versus a high level professional level automation platform. And there can be some sort of middle ground there, I'm sure, but yeah, that's sort of our dilemma, if you will. So we are going to build in a calendar into the software or a timer, essentially, where you'll be able to set the time and for a lot of people, right, it's just going to be a safety where they don't want our software to trade during a certain time. Now, the issue that you tend to get when you add things like this is, okay, well, obviously that timer needs to have flatten all before it goes into effect. So say you're in a trade, it's 8 a.m. Eastern time. Now you're in a trade, it's now 8:20. Okay. You're in a trade that's going in your direction. It's a great trade, right? And you have this timer set up because there's data coming in 10 minutes. It would have to auto flatten you there before the timer goes into effect. Because otherwise, if it doesn't auto flatten you, you could be left with a position that's open and a software that's not going to close it for you at profit target or at stop loss. So I think in a lot of respects, there's some intervention manually that needs to be done still for automated trading. We can limit it to the best of our ability, but there is some intervention and stuff like that where you can just turn off your notifications on onto TradingView. Like if I wanted to pause this alert, right, this buy CBC one I just set up, I just hit pause, like goes off. It's pretty simple.
Did that execute anything?
I don't know. I don't even remember where I set that. Where did I set that up? I set it up in here, I think. Yeah. Yeah. It did it 1,300. So
Did you make money?
I don't know. I don't have it attached to an account. Oh,
Hey,
I do have it
you
attached
did.
to an account, right?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Maybe
Actually, I might have it
switched
turned off. Let me double check. Yeah, I have it turned off. I'll turn it back on. Why not? Just a demo account. Let's see what happens. Let's see. We got another question here. Set up a strategy or indicator up on Top Step real quick because the platform is different than TradingView.
It's the same. The signals are the same no matter
Yeah,
which.
it doesn't have anything to do with Top Step. So for Top Step here, there's Top Step. I just added Top Step, okay? Now, add a new strategy. I can't hit turn mine on because I think it'll override my current Top Step on my VPS. So Top Step, you're setting up. We already set up your alert for the CBC, right? So where did I do it? So here's your bullish CBC. Select your account, select your contract, your take profit in USD, right? Versus points on Project X or Top Step. You have to do it in US dollars. So we want it in 150, maybe stop loss 100. And again, don't follow me what I'm doing here. I won't let me turn it on, but this is how you turn it on. You turn your automation on here. Actually, am I in a trade? Let's see. I don't think I have any live Top Step stuff right now. I can do it. Hold on. Oh boy. What's my login? Yeah. Man. Trying to remember my Top Step login. Let me see if this works. Oh, it did work. Yep. Okay. I just logged myself out of. So I have a Top Step. So let's do this here. So I have a Top Step demo account, I believe. Let's set this up to Top Step demo account here. We're going to set it up on ES. Okay. We're going to take profit in 300. We're going to stop loss in 250. I'll turn it on. Okay, now we want to set up a bearish one. Same account, contract, ES. What did we say for this one? What did we do? 300 and 250. So take profit in 300, stop loss 250. And we are on.
Simple as that.
That's it. It's not like, and then to turn it on and off here, I mean, I'm going to exit here because I have it running on my, my other account over here, my VPS. So I don't want to miss any trades if I get them because I have a couple of things running at the moment. But that's how you do it on Top Step. No different than anything else. The only difference between Top Step and Tradeovate, so if you're doing Tradeovate, right, you have to type in the contract and you also do your take profit in points versus on Top Step, the contract list is filled for you and you do your take profit in US dollars. And that's it. Hopefully that helped you. We're about to get an IB trigger on NQ. Meh. We had a loss on
Yes. I mean,
ES today. It's a bummer, but part of the deal. Country, did that help you? Yeah, so Tommy, you start thinking about when you start doing things in an automated fashion. I get all that, but what about the stop? You don't have trading view. I don't see alert. I'm not sure I understand.
You have to manually set the stop by using the brackets because it's an indicator. It's not a strategy. With a strategy, it'll stop for you automatically, and you don't need to use that. In fact, if it's a strategy, that won't even be an option, the take profit.
So here's your stop loss that you're going to program here into. I think that's your question, because this is going to enter when you get a signal from the CBC thing that we were setting up. It's going to enter your stop loss for you.
Change CBC to one of the strategies you have set up in the signal log. So just change the signal to something that's a strategy. Okay, now you see that take profit and stop loss is gone. That's because this is a strategy, not an indicator. And the strategy will tell you where the stop is from the signal that comes from TradingView. But if it's an indicator, there's no signal. So we have to set that stop loss manually. And if you're in Tradeovate, you do that using points. If you're in Project X, you do that using dollars. So if you know it's a 5-point stop on Tradeovate, and on Top Step, you're going to do 5 points, which would be $250.
Set up on your end, but what about Top Step? I mean, we did just set it up on Top Step. There's nothing to do actually within the Top Step broker. It gets done in our software. You just have to connect to Top Step. So like when you hit this button, right, it pulls up this window. You hit the on button, right? Now I'm hitting off. It's popping up on my other screen, so I'm just dragging it over, but oh, there it goes, right? So now I'm typing in my username and password. So let's just do this. So I'm gonna put in my username and password so you see it, see how it works.
No, the alert's not going to show on Top Step until there's a signal. There's no alert there. That's just, it's going to show your execution on that chart. The signal comes from TradingView.
So now it's logging in, right? So here's my Top Step account. I'm going to do a test. Trigger my buy signal. Right? What is this on? ES?
Yeah. There's the signal or the alert.
and it's set up the bracket at $300, the stop at $250. You don't need an alert on Top Step's chart. The alert comes from TradingView and the TradingView strategy. Top Step is just where you're executing the trade. Now, if I hit flat and all, right? Turned everything off for me. Now I'm out of the trade. You got to turn it back on. Now, for this one, right? Because I didn't set it up as an indicator, it's set up as a strategy. If I do test, there's going to be no bracket. See, there's no bracket. That's the difference between an indicator and a strategy. A strategy is going to send you the signals for entry and exit. An indicator is going to send you a bracket too. So now I can hit the flatten all button. Yep, stop all agents. See, now I'm out of it. I'm back to damn near even. Once you have everything set up here, you just have to keep Top Step open through your ClearEdge software. You can hide the window, show it. You don't need it open like that. You just need your broker open. Did that answer your question? I hope.
Perfect.
Okay. I hope that helped. But there's this like misconception, I think, that you need to like set up some strategy or something on Top Step. No, you set it up in TradingView and in our software. As long as your automation is showing green and on, you are good. What else we got? We got another like 4 minutes.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Yep. And for any folks that are on here that are not subscribed, we have a 5-day free trial. You can come use the software, come join the Discord, come talk to us. We'll help you out. So the goal here is to get you to a point where everyone can do this stuff. So I'm just going to run this back here, 250, whatever. I'm actually going to turn mine off because I got to log back into it in my other, on my VPS. The landscapers are back.
I know. Good timing.
Yeah.
At least they left for the hour and a half we were on here.
Yeah, that's great. That actually worked out great. Hopefully they got a good lunch. Anything else? Yes, Jen knows better than probably. Actually, no. Jen is actually still not in first place. What was his name, Lee?
Oh,
Very, very nice guy, but he had a lot of trouble getting set up.
The older gentleman that was trying to run the software on a Windows 92 machine.
Correct. Correct. Yeah,
maybe it was an Atari.
So Jen, you still don't have the record for the most support desk tickets. I believe this gentleman and Lilu are getting married in the spring.
Go to, let me post this real quick if I can find it.
I'm so a little confused about TradingView and Top Step because you can no longer trade Top Step on TradingView. I'm confused. I think you're confusing me now.
Go to, why am I logged out of ClearEdge? It's weird. Switch account.
You're very welcome.
Okay,
if you are, I don't know. I think I can't remember who said that. Kayla's mom. If you haven't tried us out yet, free trial. You can also use the code. What is it? First 50. That'll get you $50 off your first payment, but that's only after a 5-day free trial. So try it out for 5 days. You make sure you just put in the code first 50. That way you can, if you do choose to keep going forward, you get $50.
Yeah, I just posted the link for Country Green. That's a video series that's going to give you a step-by-step how to set everything up from A to Z. So if you're having issues, follow that. And always we're available in Discord. You can reach out and we can do a one-on-one with you.
All right. I think
All right,
that's
guys.
everybody.
It's 1:30. We did an hour and a half.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody, for coming along.
Well, thank you very much, and hope to see you guys in the Discord. Please don't hesitate to contact us for any assistance. We will be more than happy to help. Have a great weekend, everybody, and talk soon.
And current members also go into your software, and there is an affiliate link there. So if you have anybody that's interested in subscribing, you can make a little money yourself. So
absolutely,
maybe you get a few members to join up, and your subscription becomes free. So
yep.
Thanks a lot, and have a good weekend.
Cheers.
Okay.